everyone. Coach Sullivan here again with MJS Coaching Football. To my subscribers, I thank you. Non-subscribers, I'm really hoping to tease you into pushing that button. This past fall, I completed my 38th year coaching football, and I was a defensive coordinator. But over that time, I've also been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, longtime head coach, and all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I want to talk to you about one of our spark blitzes that we call Whitehawk, okay? And it's an A and B same side blitz, but it's on the opposite side of the whip, okay? Sorry about that. So over here, I've got the key terms that you need to know in order to understand how we execute Whitehawk, and then over here, I'm going to diagram it for you, okay? So first term is spark blitz, right? What is a spark blitz? It's a safety plug. We call it a spark plug, right? S safety, S spark, it's a plug. So then number two, the military code is for the whip. So Whitehawk is a military helicopter. Okay, non-subscribers, you can push that button and you find out what Blackhawk means. It's another military helicopter. So now number three, what's involved because the safety's doing the plugging is what we call screw timing. And that's based upon a snap indicator, which then initiates what we call the creep technique. And I'll go over all of that over here in the diagram with you. So number four, we have an edge read, both the inside linebacker as well as the whip. So the inside linebacker is actually opposite, okay, the whip. He's going to read near edge of the guard, and then the whip is going to read the far edge of the center, okay? And I'll bring all of what's written on the board into it when I get there, okay? So number five, the lucky Ringo is to the whip. And number six, this is beautiful because it's +1, okay, into the box, and we add to the box whether it's a run or a pass. So we add to a run scheme, which they're not necessarily, they don't have somebody schemed on blocking or blitzing safety, and same for protection, okay? So now over here, I have it drawn up for you with an 11 personnel formation we call gun Dallas pistol, 2x2. It's in the middle of the field, okay? And so this is a Liz right call, non-subscribers. You're going to have to push the button. The coverage is what we call trio, one of our zone blitz coverages. So you have to, again, non-subscribers, push the button. Okay, only thing I'm going to talk about specifically is the free safety who's got to rotate. And in this case, the Mike linebacker, how he's involved in the coverage. So hot, 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 hot. That's part of the coverage, should it be a pass, okay? So first thing I want to do is go over what the defensive line does. So both defensive ends slant into C gap. Nose guard slants A to the call, which is a Ringo, so he slants A right, okay? The inside linebacker opposite the lucky Ringo, so in this case it's the backer, okay? Near edge read of the guard because he is plugging B gap, and I'll tell you what no readout means once I cover the whip, okay? The whip, okay, makes a Ringo call. The whip is a readout if it's a pull two, okay? So I'll show that to you in a second. First thing we got to go over is the screw timing. So what starts with what we call a snap indicator. Especially in the gun, there are all kinds of snap indicators. For this presentation, when the quarterback does that, that initiates what we call the creep technique. So the whip's on the right, so his inside foot is the left foot, so that's the up foot. That's how we do it, okay? When the whip sees this, he initiates the creep, which is how he works downhill toward the line of scrimmage, okay? And the creep is the up or the inside foot first. So when the ball snapped, he can dig off that up toe and drive. Dig and drive, and it'll end up being a little bit of a crossover, as you'll see. Okay? So, boom! Initiates the creep. And so the creep, we want him coming straight downhill so it would appear as though he's blitzing off the edge. we give him a landmark of roughly the butt of the inside linebacker on his side. Okay? Ball is snapped. He will be plugging across to the opposite A gap behind the inside linebacker. Okay, behind him. So if there are any issues with that, tell him to be about a yard or so behind the butt, just to eliminate any possible confusion and or a collision. So now, what is meant by readout? Okay, when you have a double plug like this, A and B, the A gap plugger has the readout, not the B. So the pull 2 is this guard. If this guard is pulling 2, the whip will see that very early and he'll read out of it. Otherwise, he's plugging the opposite A gap and reading that far edge of the center. So there's the AB, same side, but it's opposite of where the whip is. So there's a bit of a ruse there. It might be blitzing from the outside, then which gap's he blitzing here, and then it turns out he's blitzing on the opposite side. Okay? So Ringo triggers Roger, the rotational call. The free safety doesn't rotate until the ball snaps. So when the ball snapped, he starts to rotate, but he reads the surface, right? Offensive line. There's a freebie, non-subscribers. If it's run, he sticks it in the ground and fits in. If they're all showing hi-hats, pass, he rotates to the middle third. And then the last guy that I said I would talk about is, in this case, the Mike linebacker. We just say inside linebacker on the side of the Lucky Ringo. He has running back 2 or mirror the Q. So if the running back comes to him, now this is a pass. He takes him. If the running back goes away, he moves into position to mirror the Q or spy the quarterback. And the defensive end opposite takes the running back. So that's how we cover the running back in this particular blitz that we call Whitehawk. Okay? So as I said at the beginning, my subscribers said thank you. Non-subscribers, I'm hoping I teased you into it. Everybody, please reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com. I'd love to talk football with you. I want to thank you for watching MJS Coaching Football, and I'd like to thank YouTube for providing this platform.